Hi, welcome all. Let's start with the third session where we'll delve with the data manipulation language. So this is the most important session that we are going to start from this particular series, from this particular third video of this series. So here we are diving into the real querying skills into the database. So there is a very popular database which is available for free and for practice. So I'll just explain and I'll provide the link in the description to download that particular database. So you'll have to go to that link. This is the link that I'll be providing. So once you hit this link, then you will have employees.sql. So this is the file that you have. Click on these three buttons and then press on download. So once you have pressed on download, so you will have the file downloaded and will be available something like this. So you will have a .sql file employees. This is actually a 91 MB. So it's not a very small file. The database is quite large and it's good for good amount of querying skill development, right? So we can use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on this and open this with say edit in notepad, right? Open with notepad, or maybe edit with notepad, whatever. Once you open this in notepad, it will open up easily, but as its number of lines of code is too huge, so I'll just control all and then copy. So you see how many number of lines are there? 20 lakhs or something. Yeah, so that's the number of lines here. Then I'll go to the MySQL. Just open a new SQL script over here, okay, and paste it. So once I hit paste, Control V, it will take some time at least, okay. So here we'll fast forward this. So once all the scripts come here, so we have the entire database .sql file copied here from the notepad. So as there is no employees database that we have already created, drop database if exists, so I'll just remove the first line from this where the query starts, right? So once that is done, now what we have to do is from here, it's the entire code is about creating the database that's required, right? So you can go through this, how a sophisticated kind of a database is created over here. What are the constraints that are placed? Everything is available over here, right? So this is a good example, but we have seen how to create a basic database and what are the things that we have to check, right? So I'll just control all and then press execute. It will take some time because it has to execute close to 20 lakh lines. So once it is executed, then we'll have the database in place. So you can see the query is getting executed. So it will take some time to create the database. Okay, so here we can see the query has got executed completely. So our database might have been created here. Just refresh this. You can see the employees database over here. So in the employees database, we have one or two views that are created. We'll go into this later, but now we'll go and understand the schema, how the employees database is created. So the basic schema behind it. Sometimes you may go into a database, into Microsoft SQL database or any other database. So you'll have to understand how it is designed, right? So here you have say 6 tables and these tables are connected. So as you know, you can go into the I button and see which is the primary key, what is the data type being used. You can go into the employees database and then understand the same information. So these are there. Other than that, you can go into this table and then see which is the foreign key. If it is there, it will display you the foreign key. In departments, if there is a foreign key, yeah, there are 2 foreign keys basically. So it's basically connected to 2 other tables, right? So the informations are available once you click on this and go into this, right? And it's also written over here which table are connected, and on delete cascade is provided. All these informations is available here, right? So let me go to the schema. So we can see the schema over here. So in the schema we have the main table, that is the employees table, right? And we have a department manager table, we have a departments table, we have a titles, salaries, and department employees table. So these are the 6 tables that we have. How are they connected? So there is an underline, you can see this is a basic kind of architecture schema that is used to refer to a diagram. So it's also known as ERD, entity relationship diagram. So here the underlined one is the primary key. So this primary key here, that means there is in employees you have the list of employees, the unique employees. If there are 100 employees in the company, those 100 employees are given as a list of employees here, and their birth date and first name and all these information is provided here. Then you have a department manager. In the department manager is connected with the code employee number. So the employee number here can get repeated. Why? A particular manager can have 4 employees working with him, right? So she'll be handling the projects related to she'll be collaborating with these 4 employees, right? So she as a manager will have multiple employees, maybe one employee, maybe multiple employees. So that's why this employee number will get repeated here, and that's why it's known as a foreign key over here. But the department number again is a foreign key which is linked to departments. So in the departments, if there are 4 departments, finance, HR, administration, operations, like that, then those 4 departments will have unique 4 department numbers, and that is again connected as a one-to-many relationship over here. So each department is connected to multiple department managers here. So you have a particular department manager for this operations. This is the manager, and this manager works with 4 other employees. So that information is available, or that information can be made available from these 2 tables basically, right? Then you have department employee. Which department does this employee belong to? Again, here the employee number is given and the department number is given. So that's why both these are given, right? So from this department number you can understand which department she's working, and then you can understand this department's manager is this particular individual. So you can go back and forth from these relationships. Then there is a salary table given for each of the employees. What is the salary and what's from when to when the salary has been revised, kind of things, because there is a date given. So for each employee, again there will be multiple rows when the salary has changed. So there will be 3 entries in 3 years, or maybe 6 entries in 6 years. It can be, right? So that is salaries. And then there are titles. When the title has changed, say from executive to senior executive to maybe manager to maybe senior manager, like that. So those titles will change from date to date. So that is again captured in another title. So everything is related or linked using a foreign key, that is employee number in most of the case here. So this relationship here becomes a one-to-many relationship again for each of these tables. So employees table is connected to 4 other tables. So this is how the linkage is. So let's go back and check in the MySQL workbench. So the employees table is the biggest of the tables, right? So it doesn't have any foreign key because it has a primary key, employees, and that is being used or called everywhere else. So department manager, if you see, the foreign key will be there. It's connected to 2 other tables, department manager. So you have department manager, it's connected to departments, and it connects to employees, right? So it connects to departments. See the employee number in employees one, and the other one it connects to department number of departments. So it connects to department number of departments table and employee number of employees table. So this is how we can relate and understand how the schema is designed. So first the schema, the ERD, entity relationship diagram, is being created. The data types are defined and the normalization. There are different levels of normalization which we are not going into as of now or in depth, because we are more focused into the querying language SQL as such, right? Just to give you a basic idea, we could have combined department's number as a column in the department manager itself. So each employee in this will have department number, but department number will not be a primary key anymore, because many employees in this will have same department number. But then we have the information captured, but what happens is you are utilizing more space, and even for querying, the time complexity and the space complexity may increase. So that's why we go to a normalized form. Now departments, if there are 4 departments, we only enter 4 lines in this particular table. It becomes easy and it becomes understandable. But then in department manager, we have only the managers. So it's very specific. So we have normalized from a very complicated form where we kind of search and things will take time and increase the space requirements kind of thing. So we kind of normalize to the maximum possible extent. Okay, so that is what is a design criteria which goes into when we kind of capture the essence of this schema. So we have now understood the employees as a database. We have loaded the employees database into the sys server. We have it now, right? You can go understand the employees database, interrelate with the schema that is available with you, and the download link is also available. So once you are ready, in the next session of this series,